I'm investigating the source of a few leaks on a commercial metal roof in Montgomery, Alabama. This metal is approximately 20 years old. It looks like it's had some type of elastomeric coating installed in the last maybe 5 to 10 years. Elastomeric is a very thin coating that's really just a top coat. It's not made to do any heavy-duty weatherproofing. So it starts to break down, and it doesn't really last that long, and that's what's happening up here. Is it's starting to fade and rust a little bit. The main leaks are happening at the extreme sections of the roof along this parapet wall right here. There's also a drainage basin of sorts down at the bottom, a gutter that collects all the water. That gutter is also leaking. So the parapet wall up here, the whole distance is leaking. It's maybe about 100 feet, and it's not really isolated. It's just leaking along the whole stretch right here. And what's happening is the closure strip underneath the apron flashing has just dry rotted. The metal is approximately 20 years old. I'm not exactly sure the exact age, but it's been here a while. The closure strip is the same age as the metal. This is one of the problems with metal roofs, is that the metal will last a long time, but the components or the accessories of the metal roof do not match the lifespan of the actual metal. So you've got a closure strip underneath that apron flashing that is beginning to dry rot. Every time you have a wind-driven horizontal type rain, water is just gushing on the inside. So the solution to that is to remove this piece of apron flashing. You have to unscrew all of it. Really need to replace it at this point. It's already had several layers of coating on it, and the screws are no good at this point. And this apron flashing actually goes up the parapet wall and underneath the coping right here. So the apron has to be removed, the coping has to be removed, and then you have to replace the closure strip. So the closure strip is actually a very cheap piece of rubber or styrofoam. It's actually easy to install. The hard part is getting to it. So it's a shame that they haven't invented something that will last as long as the metal as far as a closure strip. So that would be the solution there. The solution in this gutter box is a little more complex. This whole stretch of gutter here is leaking, and you can see where it's really collecting just debris and just nasty drainage from the roof. It just kind of sits up here. It's damming up the water. You've got one downspout right there at the extreme end of the roof, and then the other downspout is all the way at that end. So definitely not allowing the water to get out at the rate that it needs to on a roof this size. This fix is a little more complicated. To do it right, you're actually going to have to remove this front metal panel, which is one continuous piece. It goes all the way up to the top. You're going to have to at least loosen up the screws a little bit and see what's going on under there. I think if you put some type of TPO, a single ply membrane, if you wrap the gutter with that and you heat weld any seams, and then that membrane goes underneath the metal panels, I think that would be a cure-all that would solve any problems that's happening in that gutter. Also, the whole roof needs just a good coating to it. It's starting to break down, and especially around the skylights. And so our proposition would be to address the actual leaks that are coming in, where water's coming in, and then be proactive with the rest of the roof since you're up here, and put a good heavy-duty 100% silicone over the whole roof. This is Billy Guyette with Guyette Roofing. I'm on a commercial metal roof in Montgomery, Alabama.